Assalamu alaikum dear students. We have already studied about coordination and how all living organisms respond to a change or stimulus. लेकिन जब कोई change आता है तो एक living organism कैसे respond करता है? क्या किसी को पता है? जी हाँ, living organisms change their positions and postures move in response to external stimuli. Movement is very important for all living organisms to find food and to survive by escaping danger. Plants actually move तो नहीं कर सकते, but they also respond to stimulus by changing their growth patterns and directions, and that classifies as movements in the case of plants. एनिमल्स और ऑर्गेनिजम्स सबके डिफरेंट मूवमेंट्स के मैकेनिज्म्स होते हैं. कुछ एनिमल्स अपनी 2 टांगों पर चलते हैं, कुछ 4 टांगों पर मूव करते हैं, कुछ के पास विंग्स होते हैं और कुछ ज़मीन पर रेंगते हैं. सम एनिमल्स कैन इवन स्विम अंडर वाटर. टेक अ लुक एट दिस वीडियो टू गेट अ बेटर लुक एट दीज डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ मूवमेंट्स. But what makes this movement possible? How are animals and plants able to move and change their locations? All animals and humans have a special system of bones and muscles that helps them move, and that is called the skeletal system. These bones and muscles work together to bring about movement, and they also give support to the animal bodies along with protection. The human skeleton is present inside our bodies. यानी ये हमारे bodies के अंदर होता है और हमें नज़र नहीं आता. These kinds of skeletal systems are called endoskeletons. Some insects have a hard skeleton made of protective shield-like plates on the outside of their bodies, which is called exoskeleton. These organisms shed this skeleton and replace it with a harder one. And this process is called molting or adhesis. Some animals have absolutely no skeletal system at all, such as a starfish. But these animals have a water-based support system or a hydrostatic skeleton, that is fluid-filled tubes within their bodies. Our skeletal system supports and protects the body while giving it shape and form. हमारे muscles bone के साथ attached हैं और सारे organs भी skeleton के अंदर ही मौजूद होते हैं. The bones protect the organs, such as the skull protects the brain and the rib cage protects the heart and the other vital organs encapsulated within it. The bones also have connections with the circulatory system, and the inner part of bones contains a spongy tissue called the bone marrow, where our red and white blood cells are made. The endoskeletal system is made up of bones, tendons, cartilage, and ligaments that are all types of connective tissue that are hard, fibrous, and mineralized. The bones of the skeletal system are also supplied with blood by blood vessels. Bone is a living, growing tissue. All these components work together with the muscular system to bring about movements. क्या आपको एक मज़े की बात जाननी है? An adult human has 206 bones, but a small baby has only 305. ऐसा क्यों है? The reason is that a baby's skeletal system mostly has cartilage, some of which fuse together and others harden with age to form hard bones. The skeletal system in humans has 2 parts, the upper part and the lower part. The upper part consists of bones from the skull, chin, neck, spine, sternum, all the way down to a rib cage. This part is also called the axial skeleton, from the word axis. The lower part includes bones that make up our pelvis, our legs and arms, shoulders, hands and feet. This part is also called the appendicular skeleton, from appendicular. अब ज़रा इस बात पर गौर कीजिए कि ये 206 bones movements cause कैसे करती हैं. There is an extensive system of soft tissues called muscles that make up a muscular system. And this system is responsible for producing movement in the human body by working with the skeletal system. Humans and other advanced organisms have this muscular system composed of different types of muscles that make up the heart, muscles in our organs like the intestines and stomach, and the voluntary skeletal muscles, the main purpose of which it is to help us move. The muscular system is also closely attached to our skeletal system. The nervous system is also linked to the muscular system. The muscles and tendons work together to bring about movement. Muscles need to be attached to your bones, and the tendons help to connect the muscle to the bone. Muscles contract and relax, and because of these two movements, they cause our joints to bend and our bones to move. The skeletal and muscular systems work in coordination and are termed as the skeletal-muscular system that brings about movements in humans and other vertebrates. अब आते हैं plants की तरफ. Plants also show movement to protect themselves from danger, to obtain water, soil, nutrients, etc. Plants are very sensitive to the environments and have developed different type of movements in response to them and to ensure their survival. वैसे तो प्लांट्स अपनी पूरी की पूरी बॉडी नहीं हिला सकते, बट वो बेंड कर सकते हैं, ट्विस्ट कर सकते हैं, and they can also elongate their bodies or certain parts of their bodies in response to certain factors in the environment. These factors include sunlight, water, gravity, फूड, वही सब जिनका हमने पिछली एपिसोड में पढ़ा था. These movements can also be influenced by the temperature and even touch. Did you know some plants show a rapid plant movement that allows them to move super fast? This phenomena is seen in a very special plant, which is known as a carnivorous plant. Exactly! Carnivorous plants are the plants that feed on insects and flies. They use these fast movements to catch the insects that sit on them. This is seen in the famous plant Venus flytrap plant. Various parts of a plant show different responses to the environmental stimuli. The stem, roots, and leaves all show different responses to the external stimuli. Dear students, let us go back and take a look at the main points of today's lesson. Number 1. The basic difference between the living and non-living things is movement. Animals show both movement and locomotion, whereas plants only show movement of certain parts. Number 2. Animals have an extensive musculoskeletal system that helps them bring about movements of their bodies. Number 3. Plants have a well-developed system of movements in response to stimuli that ensures their survival. Okay guys, that is all for today's lesson. Take care and always remember to stay curious. Now let us have a little quiz to test ourselves about today's lesson. Question number 1. What kind of muscle are found in the skeletal system? Option number A, cardiac muscles. Option number B, skeletal muscles. Option number C, smooth muscles. And option number D, deltoid muscles. The correct option is option number B, skeletal muscles. Question number 2. What name is given to plant movements? Option number A, tropic movements. Option number B, voluntary movements. Option number C, contracting movements, and option number D, bipedal movements. The correct option is option number A, tropic movements. Question number 3. Which muscle is adapted to be highly resistant to fatigue? Option number A, cardiac. Option number B, striped. Option number C, unstriped. And option number D, voluntary. The correct option is option number A, cardiac. Question number 4. Name the term which is given to the plant movement when roots grow in the direction of gravity. Option number A, diagravitropic. Option number B, positive gravitropism. Option number C, negative gravitropism. And option number D, plagiogravitropic. The correct answer is option number B, positive gravitropism. Allah Hafiz students, and take care.